Hello class, we're going to go ahead and start our second topic in this chapter, okay? I can solve real-world problems involving ratio relationships using equivalent ratios, tables, bar diagrams, and double number lines, okay? Let's start off with what is an equivalent ratio? Well, it is ratios that name the same comparison. Okay, so this is kind of what we were doing in our last lesson when we were trying to figure out how they could keep the same relationship, okay? So another way to think about this is that they reduce to the same ratio, okay? Just like reducing with fractions, it works the same way, okay? They reduce to the same ratio, very important, okay? So I'm gonna list a couple, okay? Let's just start with an easy one. Let's start with 2 to 3, okay? Well, an equivalent ratio to that would be 4 to 6, okay? Notice I can check it, divide by 2, divide by 2, okay? That's going to get me 2 to 3, okay? Notice those two are the same, okay? Pause it, see if you can think of another one. Okay, another one might be 8 to 12. Okay, we can divide both of these by 4. Okay, this is going to get me 2 to 3. Notice if I reduced it and it's the same, they are all the same. Okay, if you did another one, just make sure that it reduces to 2 to 3. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to flip the page in your notes, okay? Because I want to start with tape diagrams. And you are also going to see it's called bar diagrams, okay? They both mean the same thing, okay? So let's go ahead and read the story just like always. Suppose that 3 out of 5 randomly selected students at a certain school play sports. There are 525 students at the school. Create a bar diagram to predict how many students play sports, okay? So the reason we're doing this is because this is very similar to how we were solving things yesterday, okay? We just have a name for it now, all right? So this says suppose 3 out of 5, okay? So 3 out of 5, okay? I want to just ask, is this a whole to part or part to whole? Okay, well I know 3 is part of the kids because they can't all play sports. And then it says out of 5, so that's the total. So it's part to whole, okay? If it's a part to whole, we have to rewrite it so that it's a part to part. Okay, so let's take a look. The 3 is already a part, okay? So what's the other part? Well, if the total was 5 minus the 3 we already have, we're going to get 2. So 2 is the other part. And that's what we're going to go ahead and draw, okay? And I'm going to put some labels on these in just a second. Okay, the 3 represented the kids that play. So I'm going to put P for play. And then I'm going to put an N for not play. Okay? Now the 525, okay? It's not talking about just the kids that play or just the kids that don't. It's talking about all of them. So that means 525 represents all 5 of these boxes. If we need to split the 525 into 5 boxes, we're going to have to divide it by 5. Okay? So go ahead and do this. Make sure I'm right. You don't mess to be wrong. Okay? So I got 105. Okay, so that means each box has a 105. Okay, and looking at this, just like the other day, how many kids play sports? Okay, let's know the play sports. So I'm looking, this is the play. 105 plus 105 plus 105. It is going to get me, I'm going to write this 105. I'm going to just times it by 3 because it's faster. Because I'm just adding the same thing multiple times. Get me 315, okay? 315 play. Then, of course, I have to circle it so Miss West knows I got the answer and where it is. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our next question. So for this one, go ahead, read it, and then decide if it's a whole to part ratio. Okay? 2 out of the 3 randomly selected students in Miss Mason's class at Heritage Middle School prefer cats as their household pet. If there are 750 students, how many students prefer the cats? Okay, if I'm reading this, it says 2 out of, so it says out of, okay? That means it is part to whole. Okay, please pause this and write it as a part to part. Okay, the part to part. Okay, the whole part to whole was 2 to 3. Okay, our part to part is 2. 3 minus 2 equals 1. So 1 part for our other. Okay, and they prefer cats. So I'm going to put a little C for cats. Okay, and this is the picture I'm going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to draw it in orange this time. Okay, and my ratio, just so it looks better, is 2C to 1 doesn't prefer cats. So they do not prefer cats. I'm going to put an N for that. Okay? So I'm going to draw my tape diagram. Yes, you do have to do this when it asks for it. Okay? And I'm asking for it right now. So there's my 2 cats, people that prefer cats. And here is my 1 that does not. Crazy people. Okay? And the 750, decide, is it for just the cats, just the do nots? Make it a D for do nots so I can remember. Or both of them. Pause it, think about it. So it is for both of them, okay? Because it's talking about the whole school, okay? So this whole thing, all 3 boxes have to add up to 750, okay? So we're going to take 750 divided by, write it down, divided by 3, because there were 3 boxes, okay? That's going to get us 250. And if you don't have room on the side, just write it where you do have room, okay? So if this is 250, each of my boxes is 250. Pause the video, go ahead and answer the question. Okay, so it only cared about the people that prefer cats, which is these top 2. 250 plus 250 is 500. Prefer cats. Okay, and of course, circle it so Miss West knows you got your answer. Please pause and try this by yourself. So if you're having any issues, okay, I noticed Lily took 18 photos and the ratio between her and her sister is 3 to 4, and we want to know Marabella. Well, if we're reading this, 3 to 4 is a part to part, so we're already on our way, okay? We're ready to draw our picture. Okay? We got our 1 box with our 3 in it. Okay, and we got our next box with our 4 in it. Okay? Now, I didn't put any labels on these, so I'm not really sure what things belong to, so I have to go back and read, okay? So the ratio is Lily took to her sister. So this one is Lily, and this one is Marabella. Okay? So Lily's here, Marabella's here. This one's a little different because the 18 is only talking about Lily. Okay? So the 18 is only on that top box. Okay? So you're going to have to divide 18 by 3. Okay? 6, 6, 6. Okay? If they're all worth 6, I take 6 times 4, and I get 24 for Mirabella. Or Mirabelle, sorry. Okay? Go ahead and have a great night. See you tomorrow. Bye.